Good afternoon. Thank you everyone for coming today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Grafton. I'm the fire chief for Stoneham. I live at 6 Carroll Street. I am a resident. I was born and raised in Stoneham. I am a townie. Don't hold it against me. First of all, those guys do a tremendous job. I'd like to thank them. We work as a team. If it wasn't for the Public Works, we wouldn't have the water to put the fires out in Stoneham. The police work with us at rescuing residents and assisting us at fires. We assist them. We work as a team. That being said, thank you everyone for being here as well. I know it's the last thing any of us want to be dealing with right now. I don't want to be here as much as anyone else doesn't want to. I wish we weren't here. I wish there wasn't a problem that we are facing today. That being said, I'd like to go back and talk a little bit about the history of the Stoneham Fire Department. In 1834, Stoneham bought their first hand tub. Who put the fires out back then? The community did. The community came together as a team to carry buckets of water and fight each other's house fires. They helped each other. That's what the town was. Everyone worked together to take care of each other. And that's how I know Stoneham today. In 1912, Stoneham hired their first permanent paid firefighter. In 1916, the fire station was built. Going up to 1948, the department still ran paid firefighters and call firefighters. Call firefighters were at home and they got called in when there was a fire. In 1948, 3 children died on Chestnut Street as a result of a house fire. The town was irate. They said the fire department didn't show up on time, they didn't know what they were doing, they weren't trained, and people wanted the heads to roll. In this room we're in right now, 6 firefighters showed up between call and career. The call didn't come into them. They weren't called, so they didn't know about it. So the police were there. Back in the day, they had to use going to the neighbor's house, grab a phone, and make the call. Why do I bring this up today? Chief Sorensen, who was the chief from 1967 to 1986, had told me this story. He kept the children's photo on his desk as motivation to come before this town and ask for more staffing. The fire department was able to get to 48 firefighters through a result of tragedy. Since then, most of my career, we ran down to 6 firefighters a shift. Over the last 10 years, through the union being proactive and going to Facebook and letting the townspeople know that the staffing wasn't proper, at the time the select board hired 4 more firefighters. In 2018, we were recipients of a FEMA grant for 4 more firefighters. So today we have 4 groups of 10, but we run down to 8. If we go backwards, the way it used to work in this town was we showed up with 6 guys with 1 ladder truck and 1 engine, and the decision had to be made by the captains who run the shift. Do we do a search or do we put the fire out? We look in the driveway, is there a car there? What time of day is it? We don't know if kids are homesick, and that decision had to be made, and we stretched lines in, we knocked down the fire, and hopefully no one was inside. So since then, we've made great strides, and thank you for the support that we've had in this town to do that. When we show up now, we have the ladder truck that can go in and do a search, an engine that stretches a line in, and the other engine establishes the water supply. We're doing it with two firemen on the ladder truck 76% of the year. We run down to 8 firefighters on the shift. No other town does that other than us. It's against industry standards, it's against NFPA standards, but we do it and we manage and we get the job done. We will always get the job done. And that shows a lot of credit for the men and women of the fire department who know that it's not done right, but we're gonna get it done. Going past 1948, Chief Sorensen retired in 1986. The fire department in 1980, when Prop 2.5 was passed, had 1,797 calls and we had 48 firefighters. In 2000, we had 41 firefighters and we did 3,087 calls. Today, 2024, we did 4,344 calls and we have 43 firefighters, which it's an improvement from 20 years ago. However, it's, like I said, 76% of the time we run down to 8. In my opinion, we should never run below 9 We should have lieutenants on the trucks in charge of the company, and a captain on scene to delegate and call out orders to assign crews to perform their duties. What's changed since 1980? In 1980, there was a thing called, today we call legacy versus modern furniture and fires. Fires are different today than they were years ago. I remember my grandmother's couch was, it was stiff, it was built of wood and cotton, and today they're not. They're made of plastics and very flammable materials. So if you go online and look up legacy versus modern fires, and there's a side-by-side graphic that will show you the difference. Fires burn faster and hotter. We need to be able to have a fire department ready to go at a moment's notice, arrive on scene, and take action. So in my opinion, the fire department's, it's like having a military. You hope you don't need it, but you want it to be ready to go if needed. Today, in 1980, it was mostly fires and false alarms. Today, it's more of an all-hazard response. Priorities are life safety, property conservation, and protect the environment. The calls continue to change. We have electric vehicles, lithium-ion batteries, ESS systems, all the houses, solar panels on roofs. How do you vent a roof with these solar panels? Like the job is changing, and the call volume is increasing every year. So of those 4,344 runs that we did last year, that's calls that came in. Some of our calls require 2 companies, some require 1, and some require 3. So when we go up to Route 93, that's 1 call, but it's actually 2 responses. So we send the ladder up to basically block the scene. The engine goes in front, and we have 2 sets of jaws of life, and staff there to, hopefully be able to get the person out of the car, stretch a hand line if needed, and someone to be in command. So we did over 7,000 responses. So, of those 4,300 calls, there's over 7,000 responses. In the last few years, we've received 2 new fire engines, a new fire alarm truck, and great equipment. It's the best I've seen it since I've been on for 26 years. And I thank the townspeople for that, and the select board, and the town administrator, and everyone who has supported the fire department. But for everyone to know, one of the fire engines cost $835,000. The other one cost $865,000. Today, to order those fire engines would cost $1.2 million. One set of firefighting gear was $2,700. It is now $4,500. So the inflation that's hit our families has also hit municipal government, and that's part of the problem that we're facing. So that being said, going to look at department staffing, we're the only department other than looks like North Reading with no. I'm sorry, we're the only fire department with no deputy chief. Melrose just negotiated last year. I don't think they've filled the position yet, but we are the only department without an assistant chief or a deputy chief. As you can see, and every town it's not apples to apples. There are differences amongst every single town. Some of them have desk duties and run dispatch. Some of them run EMS. But our closest comparison, I've always thought, is Wakefield. They do have more population. They do have more commercial property. They did 4,750 calls last year. Their budget was $7.1 million. Stoneham did 44 calls, and our budget is $4.5 million. We're not keeping up with the communities around us, and that's been the case probably since Prop 2.5. So as it is, it's my job to advocate for the fire department. This is your town, it's your decision. It's my honor to lead the fire department. Thank you for your support. Please stay safe, and I hope this community can put this fire out right now. Thank you.